Let's be honest. Have you ever set a big goal, maybe a New Year's resolution, started out super strong, and then just watched it all fall apart a few weeks later? If you're nodding along, you are definitely not alone. It turns out most attempts to build good habits are, well, pretty much designed to fail from the very beginning. But what if I told you there's a science-backed roadmap to actually avoid all those common pitfalls? Okay, let's dive in.
So let's kick things off with a number that might feel a little too familiar, especially if you've ever tried to make a big change in your life.
Yep, a staggering 88% of all New Year's resolutions fail. And we're not talking about a slow fade here. Most of them just completely flame out within the first couple of weeks. This isn't just a feeling we all have, it's a cold, hard statistic that shows just how much we all struggle to make change stick.
I mean, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? We're always told it's about having more motivation, or that we just need to dig deep and find more willpower. But you know what? The latest science is telling us that's not the real story at all.
This is so important. It means your past failures aren't some kind of moral failing on your part. It's a strategy problem. We're all trying to build new habits using a flawed blueprint, one that actually goes directly against how our brains are wired to work.
So let's get into the why. We're going to pull back the curtain and look at the specific neurological and psychological traps our own brains set for us, often without us even realizing it.
Okay, so researchers at MIT discovered this thing called the habit loop. It's a simple idea. Cue, routine, reward. When you repeat an action enough times, your brain, to save energy, puts it on autopilot. It moves control from the front of your brain, the thinking part, to a more primitive automatic system. The problem is, most of us give up way before that handoff is complete.
And this brings us to one of the biggest myths out there. We've all heard it, right? It takes 21 days to form a habit. Turns out, that's just not true. It came from a misinterpretation of some old observations. Modern research, like a big recent study from UNICEF, found the reality is a lot longer. On average, it takes over 2 months, and for some habits, it can take almost a full year to become truly automatic.
And here's where modern life comes in and just completely hijacks the whole system. See, dopamine isn't really about pleasure. It's about the anticipation of pleasure. And when we're just flooded with these easy, constant dopamine hits from our phones, from junk food, our brain's reward system gets totally desensitized. A good workout or reading a book, the reward is slower, it's more subtle, it just can't compete, and we lose motivation fast.
So these brain issues lead us to make 3 huge mistakes. First, the all-or-nothing trap. We try to overhaul our entire life overnight, and we just burn out. Second, poor environmental design. We try to use willpower to eat healthy while the pantry's full of junk. It's a losing battle. And third, and this one's subtle, we focus on the wrong thing. We chase the outcome, like losing 20 pounds, instead of building the identity of a healthy person.
This quote just nails it. It perfectly captures the mental shift we need to make. Think about it. Willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired. It's meant for those tough one-off decisions, not for the daily grind of showing up. The best habits, the ones that stick, are the ones that become so automatic they barely require any willpower at all.
Okay, so enough about the problem, right? We've seen all the traps our brains lay for us. Now let's talk about the solution. Let's talk about a science-backed framework for building habits the right way.
This is the key. We have to stop trying to fight our own biology. We need to start working with our brain's nature. It's all about making this shift from brute force and willpower to intelligent design and clever strategy. So here it is, a 5-step system that actually works with your brain. Number 1, you start with identity. Don't just pick a goal, decide who you want to become. 2, you engineer your environment. Make the good choice the easy choice. 3, find social support. Accountability is a powerful motivator. 4, and this is a game changer, design for failure. You're going to miss a day. Plan for it. And finally, number 5, start embarrassingly small. The first step should take less than 2 minutes.
So let's see what this looks like in the real world. Say you want to read more. The wrong way, which we've all done, is setting a huge, intimidating goal. I'll read for an hour every day. The right way is system-based. It's about your new identity as a reader. You link the new habit to one you already have, like brushing your teeth, and you start impossibly small. I will read 1 page. Come on, anyone can read 1 page, right? And that tiny, easy win builds momentum.
And this all brings us to the final, and maybe the most powerful concept of all. It's the reason why starting so ridiculously small is the secret to achieving massive, life-changing results in the long run. Let this one sink in for a second. This quote from author James Clear really gets to the heart of it. Goals are good for setting a direction, sure, but your system is what actually makes you move in that direction. A good system is your safety net. It's what carries you on those days when motivation is absolutely nowhere to be found.
So, if your system is what truly matters, what's the goal for that system? It's surprisingly small, just 1%. The objective isn't some massive overhaul overnight. It's just to get 1% better every single day.
Now, 1% might not sound like much, but the power of compounding is just staggering. Look at the math on this. If you get 1% worse each day for a year, you end up with pretty much nothing. But if you get just 1% better, by the end of the year, you are nearly 38 times better than when you started. That's not a small change. That's a transformation.
And really, this is the secret. Consistency will beat intensity every single time. The real magic isn't found in one heroic, all-out effort. It's found in the small, almost insignificant choices you make day after day, all held together by a system you designed to help you win.
So there you have it. You now understand why most habits fail, and you have a framework for how they can succeed. You know it's not about willpower, it's about systems. You know the incredible power of starting small. The 88% fail because they don't know this stuff, but you do. So, the only question left is, what are you going to do with it?